All right, so let's talk about the S word, shall we? You know, if you've been homeschooling for quite a while, or you brought up the topic of homeschooling to family members and friends, that S word comes up. You know what it is. Socialization. How will my kids ever be socialized if you homeschool them, right? When are they going to learn how to make friends and, be like all the other kids? Okay, so first of all, think about what kind of socialization is happening in the classrooms, right? They're told when to talk, when they can't talk. They're told when they can hang out with their friends. And let's be honest, do you really want a fellow 5-year-old teaching your 5-year-old how to make friends and how to socialize? I think not. Okay, so first of all, let me calm your fears. If you've been thinking about homeschooling or your husband is afraid that your kids are going to be weird, socialization is not a thing. It's not a problem in the homeschooling community, okay? So let me just go ahead and tell you that one. You don't have to worry about your kids learning how to be socialized. Actually, most homeschooling kids are much better they're well adjusted and better at socializing and making friends and eye contact and talking to people of different ages and different sizes and different ethnicities because they're out in the real world socializing with the real population. And my neighbor, he would kid with me every time we got in the car to go somewhere, and he would say, "Carrie, I thought you homeschooled. You're never home." And that's pretty much how a lot of homeschoolers are. We tend to use the world as our classroom. So first of all, don't worry about your kids learning to be socialized or making friends. It will happen, okay? Now, what you do need to be intentional about is that once you're homeschooled, your kids don't have that built-in social hour that they do at school, okay? So you do have to be very intentional about helping your kids find friends and make friends. Okay, so another great advantage to homeschooling is that you have an awful lot more say-so in who your kids are friends with. Because when they're in public school or private school and they go out to recess and they're put in their classes, you don't really have a say-so or any control over who they befriend and who befriends them. But when you're homeschooling, you can find those kids that you really like, those really nice kids, those sweet kids, the families that have your same family values and look at life and homeschooling the way that you do. And you can encourage your kids to hang out with those kids by, asking their mom to come over for a play date or for a coffee date or to learn together in a co-op or something like that. And so you actually have a little bit more control, actually a lot of control, over who your friends are making or who your kids are making friends with. So that's a great advantage, okay? Also, be intentional, and the best way to do that is to do something that's called crisscrossing. Now, it's one thing to have your kids, be in the same class with a really cool kid that you want them to become friends with, but then they only see them once a week. So if you do something called crisscrossing, right? So you have your kid in maybe a class with some of these other kids that you really like, and then you find out that they take dance classes, and your kid also likes to do dance, so you do that particular dance class, and then maybe they're going on a field trip or they're in another group, so you join that group. So that way, your child has multiple opportunities during the week to hang out with the same kid or kids, and that's the best way to help them build different kind of friendships and things like that. And make sure you make friends too, okay, moms? So you need some like-minded friends out there to help you along this journey. And there's a really good chance that if you like that mama, you're pretty much gonna like her kids too. All right, so don't worry about the S word. Your kids are gonna be just fine. They're actually gonna be even better because you homeschool them. Have a great day.